Ooh, welcome to Taz Talk, ladies and gentlemen. Today is May the 3rd, 2023. We're going to be talking about NXT because some of the guys that got drafted to Raw or SmackDown have their last match. I thought my leg was getting wet somehow. No, it's not wet. I don't know how it got wet. But ladies and gentlemen, some of these guys that got drafted, and the guys that did get drafted as well, didn't have their last match. But there's some people that had their match or had their last match because at May 8th, everything in the that happened in the draft is official. Everything happened in May 8th is official. So, ladies and gentlemen, JD was in the match. Who else? JD, Alba Fire, Island Dawn, Kaden Carter, and Katana Chance was in the match. And Indy Hartwell, we found out what's going to happen with the NXT Women's Championship. Is Indy Hartwell bringing that championship to Raw or not? I will tell you guys when we get there because she was at the ending of the show. So, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, we didn't get no segment beginning the show. We got a match. We got a championship match. We got Wesley. Somehow, some reason, Tyler Bate was in his corner because of Charlie Dempsey. Will be versing Drew Gulak for the North American Championship. And ladies and gentlemen, it was a pretty decent match, but the winner of that match, and still your champion, thanks with the help of Tyler Bate attacking Charlie Dempsey, was Wesley winning the match and retaining the NXT North American Championship. But when Tyler Bate was holding the arm up for Mr. Wesley to congrats him of winning, he wouldn't stop staring at the championship. I was like Tyler Bate, staring at the championship. But no, he was keep on staring at the championship. Looks like Tyler Bates wants a title shot. Will we see Wesley versus Tyler Bate for the championship? None of those guys got drafted, so we could see that match happen. Then we had JC Jane versus Gigi Dolan. And Gigi Dolan's little brother was in the stands in the front row to watch this match. And ladies and gentlemen, Gigi Dolan was doing a good job. But JC Jane got busted open very badly on her head. Oh my God. She got busted open. But ladies and gentlemen, we saw JC Jane grab hold onto the turnbuckle pad. And it looked like he got loose. So they were fighting on the apron, one side on the other part of the turnbuckle. So one lady was on the other side, and it's hard to come. Now I don't know what I'm saying. But ladies and gentlemen, thanks to the exposed turnbuckle, JC Jane gets the win, and she did a post-match attack and try and get get the little brother angry. But like the brother didn't really care. But he's not really an actor, so it's okay. Then we had the two masked men, Axiom versus Scripps. And ladies and gentlemen, the winner of that match was Axiom. It was a pretty decent match. It was a high-flying match. But the winner of that match was Axiom getting the win. But ladies and gentlemen, I want to see these guys become a tag team. Axiom looks like he was going to try to help him up and shake his hand. But Scripps punched him in the face. And then Axiom punched him in the face. And then they brawled. Axiom knocked out Scripps. And then he pulls off the mask. And everybody started cheering or yelling the name Reggie. We already knew it was Reggie. But ladies and gentlemen, I guess we're going to find out, is he going to be Reggie or Scripps still? Because everybody knows his name now. Everybody knows who he is. Well, we got the Monday Night Raw superstar, JD McDuggan, will be versing Dragon Lee. I thought it was a pretty decent match, but ladies and gentlemen, the winner of that match was JD McDuggan because of the little help, of the little distraction from Noam Dar. And it looked like there was a botch when JD tried to do his finisher, but Lady Joni picks that up too. But JD gets the win, and he's heading to Monday Night Raw next week. And ladies and gentlemen, then we just saw Dragon Lee do a suicide dive out the ring onto Mr. Noam Dar, and then they fought to the back. They fought. And then we had Joe Gacy versus Joe Coffey. And whoever wins this match, if Joe Coffey wins, Dyad doesn't get a shot at the NXT Tag Team titles ever, while Gallus is the Tag Team Champions. But if Joe Gacy wins, Dyad gets a Tag Team title match. And ladies and gentlemen, with a little help of the Dyads, Joe Gacy gets the win. And that means next week, we got the Dyads getting a shot of the NXT Tag Team Championships. Will Triple H give these guys the Tag Team titles, and maybe they will sign new contracts to the WWE? That's what Vince McMahon did the Revival. That's what he did with the Revival, give them a whole bunch of championships, and then tried to make them sign another contract. It didn't work out, because now they're in AEW. Will they get tag team titles, and will they sign new contracts to the WWE? Because I think in November, November or October. I think it was November. I remember both of them saying something about November, that they're going to be free agents because their contracts expire in November. And then we have Dani Palmer making her debut against Tatum Paxley. And ladies and gentlemen, the winner of that match was Dani Palmer. And then we had Alba Fire and Island Dawn from Friday Night SmackDown and the NXT Women's Tag Team Champions versus Monday Night Raw's new signees, Kaden Carter and Katana Chance, for the NXT Women's Tag Team Championships. But no, ladies and gentlemen, they didn't vacate the titles. They actually fought for the tag titles. And it was a pretty decent match. I enjoyed it. And Katana Chance got busted open in her nose. But some of the women like getting busted open. But ladies and gentlemen, it was a pretty decent match. But the winner of that match, and still the NXT Tag Team Champions, Alba Fire and Island Dawn. But they're bringing the tag titles to SmackDown on Friday nights. Nobody vacated the titles. Or an NXT Women's Tag Team came out and attacked these ladies, and then they get involved in the Tag Team Championship match and make it a triple threat. No, even Big Joseph was talking about, if Katana Chance and Kaden Carter wins, will they defend it on Raw? Will they defend it on main events, live events, and on NXT? That a whole bunch of traveling. Will they do that? But Alba Fire and Island Dawn is doing the same thing now. Will they defend it on SmackDown and on NXT and live events? I don't know what's gonna happen here. Does Raw and SmackDown? Wait, maybe they could do this. Maybe they split the tag team titles. Because remember, Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez is on Raw. They have the Women's Tag Team Championships. Alba Fire and Island Dawn is on SmackDown, and they are Women's Tag Team Champions. They did sign a lot of NXT Women's Division. Maybe they're going to make split those tag team titles. Who knows? Because they don't have a lot of women's tag team in the NXT, but they could do a lot of women's tag team in Raw and SmackDown, because they drafted a whole bunch of them. And there's other ladies that got drafted from Raw to SmackDown that could make the tag team titles. Or they could do the same thing they did with the women's tag team and throw some other people as a tag team. Like, you could put Chauncey in the tag team. You could put Tamina in the tag team. But it would be cool if they split those up. It would be cool, but I don't know if they're going to vacate the NXT Women's Tag Team titles or make a new design of them and make it a SmackDown Women's Tag Team Championships. Women's Tag Team Champions. Because I just noticed that Liv Morgan and Raquel got drafted to Monday Night Raw. So those could be a Raw Tag Team titles, and the NXT Women's Tag Team titles could be SmackDown Women's Tag Team titles. Could happen. Maybe they are fixing all the dual championship. Maybe, who knows? Now they have one more. If they're actually making the split with the women's tag team titles, they got one more, and that's the tag team titles. Do we have to wait after Backlash and after the week of draft, because next week everything is official and everybody stays on the brands? No more going to Raw, no more going to SmackDown for all these wrestlers. Even Roman Reigns, he can't go to Raw anymore. He stays on SmackDown. Every time he makes his return, it's going to be on a SmackDown. So they need to do the same thing with the tag titles and split it, or make new tag titles for Monday Night Raw. No, for Friday Night SmackDown, not Raw, because Kevin Owens and Sami is on Raw. And ladies and gentlemen, we got Indy Hartwell coming out, and she talked about that she's injured and she's going to Monday Night Raw. So ladies and gentlemen, she has to vacate the NXT Women's Championship because she has a new home on Monday nights. And ladies and gentlemen, and she said there will be a tournament, and the finals will happen at NXT's Battleground. So she put the championship down, and then she said she needs to find a way to get out of the ring because she has a boot because of her ankle. And then out of nowhere, we got Dexter Lumis coming from out the ring to help Indy Hartwell to get out of the ring. He carried her away, and ladies and gentlemen, then we saw Tiffany Stratton out of nowhere. We saw her hand pick up the NXT Women's Championship that Indy Hartwell put on the ground. And then you saw Corey Jade doing the same thing, and they were doing a tug of war. And then all hell broke loose with every woman in NXT came out and started beating each other. Some reason, Paul and Haley thought it was the 24/7 title. She wouldn't stop holding that championship and not brawled. So we will see a new NXT Women's Champion, or the same one, like Roxanne Perez. She could win it still. Who did she beat again? She beat Mandy Rose, but Mandy Rose is not going to be in this tournament. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see who's going to be the new champion. Because not a lot of those women been NXT Women's Champion. We could have a new Women's Champion, or we could have the same champion, Roxanne Perez. Miko could be a good champion if she's going to be in this tournament. But we will find out what's going to happen in NXT. We're going to see what's going to happen with the NXT Women's Tag Team titles. Is it going to be the split that WWE needs for the Women's Tag Team titles, that they could make some tag teams in the SmackDown brand and make some tag teams in the Raw brand? Will they do that? I think Triple H will do that, because now the way all four people, except for Austin Theory, but he's a bad guy, and Indy Hartwell, Dexter Lumis, Candice LeRae, and Johnny Gargano, they're all baby faces, so they're going to be good guys when they reform this tag team or faction. And then we got the tag team for the men's and the women's. You got Johnny Gargano and Dexter could go for the tag titles. And you got Indy Hartwell and Candice LeRae become a tag team for the women's tag team titles. I will be happy that they split the women's tag team titles and split them and actually do something. No, I'm not a SmackDown guy. I just have a blue shirt on. But ladies and gentlemen, interesting NXT. We will see what's going to happen on the NXT Women's Tag Titles. People are free agents, so it feels like on the free agents, they had to wait for a phone call from Raw or SmackDown that they could be part of. Because they had a little video package of Von Wanger showing some pictures to Robert Stone. And they found a picture of Von Wanger as a baby, but he doesn't want to answer the question, is that him? He doesn't want to tell the story. And Robert Stone said, you're drafted as a free agent, and Raw and SmackDown could call you anytime to be part of their show. So I guess Raw or SmackDown will call the free agents, and I guess if they decline or accept the contract, they could be on Raw and SmackDown. There's a couple of guys there, but maybe it won't take that long for some of these guys to have their brands. Logan Paul is a free agent as well, because he didn't get drafted. What else is happening? I don't know what else is happening. Impact Wrestling has a new commentary, I believe. Something with Chong, and I forgot the first name. And Trinity will be making her debut on Impact Wrestling, because people have seen her on Friday and on a weekend show. I forgot what it's called, but she had a match against Kylan King, and she won. Congrats to her. But she will be making her debut Impact Wrestling taping Access TV debuts on this Thursday. So we will see what's going to happen there. Will we hear her talk, or she will have a match? I don't know how long her deal is with Impact Wrestling is. It could be the same deal like Monet had with New Japan Pro Wrestling. She's a free agent now, and she didn't have a long contract with New Japan Pro Wrestling. And maybe Trinity might not have a long contract for Impact Wrestling. So we don't know what's going to happen there. And let's see what happens. But ladies and gentlemen, if you guys enjoyed this video, hit the like button, leave a comment below, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell. And I will see you guys tomorrow for AEW, because there's going to be a trios. I forgot what they call it. But a trios battle royal. I don't know what's on the line here. Ricky Starks will be versus Juice Robinson. And we have the Four Pillars tag team match. If Jungle Boy and Darby Allin wins, beats MJF and Sammy, it turns into a fatal 4-way world championship match at Double or Nothing. Will it happen? Ladies and gentlemen, you guys seen Sammy blogs? He saw AEW Dynamite from last week. So let's see what happens on there. But ladies and gentlemen, we will see what happens. That's all for me today. Bye.